Welcome to British Biomedicine Institute. Today Dr. Pramod Khatri, is going to represent a simple topic named as blood clotting. So basically, hemostasis, it plays an important role in prevention of blood loss. So there are various mechanisms of actions, like it can be due to vascular constrictions, formation of platelet plug, formation of blood clot, and growth of fibrous tissue. So blood coagulation is basically a fast process, and there will be there are various factors like your procoagulants or anticoagulant factors which helps in blood clotting, and it is basically a complex cascade of chemical reactions which take place while blood coagulation, and there are various n number of tissue factors which helps in blood coagulations, which range from the tissue factor 1 to 12 or 13. So the clotting factors in the blood and their synonyms are fibrinogen. The synonyms basically is factor 1, prothrombin factor 2, tissue factor factor 3, calcium is factor 4, factor 5 is your ACG, proacelerin or labile factor or AC globulin. Factor 7 is your SPCA, serum prothrombin conversion accelerator. Factor 8 is your AHF, anti-hemophilic factor, or AHG, anti-hemophilic globulin or anti-hemophilic factor A. Factor 9 is basically your PTC, plasma thromboplastin component, or we can say Christmas factor, or anti-hemophilic factor B. Factor 10 is basically known as Stewart factor, or we can say Stewart-Power factor. Factor 11 is your PTA, plasma thromboplastin antecedent, or anti-hemophilic factor C. Factor number 12 is basically your Heisman factor, and factor number 13 is your fibrin stabilizing factor. Pre-kallikrein is the Fletcher factor, and high molecular weight kinase is basically your HMWK, Fitzgerald factor, or high molecular weight kinases. So in the initiation of the coagulation, there will be the formation of prothrombin activators, and there are basically two main pathways which helps in blood clotting, like your intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway. They play a major role in blood coagulation. Now comes the extrinsic pathway. Basically, the extrinsic pathway consists of a transmembrane receptor, tissue factor, or we can say TF, and plasma factor 7 and 7A, whereas in the intrinsic factor it consists of factor 11, factor 9, and factor 8. Under physiological conditions, tissue factor are constitutively expressed by adventitious cells surrounding blood vessels, and they helps in initiation of blood clotting. Intrinsic pathway. Basically, the intrinsic pathway consists of factors factor 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Respectively, each one of them named as fibrinogen, prothrombin, Christmas factor, Stewart-Power factor, plasma thromboplastin or Heisman factors. And the extrinsic pathway consists of factor 1, 2, 7, 10, and factor 8. They are known as stable factor. So under the formation of a clotting, basically blood clot normally occurs when there is a damage of blood vessels. Platelet, they immediately begin to adhere to the cut edge of the vessels and release chemical to attract even more platelets. A platelet plug-in is formed and external bleeding will stop. In the next step, there will be small molecules, we can say clotting factors, which cause strand of blood-borne materials called as fibrin to stick together and seal the inside of the wound. Eventually, the cut blood vessel heal and blood clot dissolve after few days. So basically your prothrombin will be converted into thrombin and it will activate fibrinogen or fibrinogen monomers, which can lead to formation of a fiber, or we can say fibrin fiber, which is basically a cross-linked fibrin fibers which helps in trapping the RBC cells, and once the RBC are trapped, they will help in clotting. Now comes the prevention of blood clotting, and for that various medicines are available, like we can say endothelial surface factors for the smoothness, glycolics or thrombomodulin. Antithrombin 2, or we can say heparin, basically it is a heparin cofactor, and coumarin or warfarin is a medicine which is available for blood clotting, or citrate and or oxalate, again medicines for blood clotting. So basically there are various conditions which can lead to excessive bleeding, like if there is a vitamin K deficiency, disease of the liver, hemophilia or thrombocytopenia. So if patient is suffering from this disease, then the chances of excess bleeding will increase. Hemophilia. Basically hemophilia A is an abnormality or deficiency of factor number 8, and it is basically a recessive sex-linked disorder, or we can say X chromosome disorder, which is basically inherited from the parents to the child. So this is all about the presentation. I hope you have gained a lot of clinical information through this presentation. Please like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel named as British Biomedicine Institute. Good luck, goodbye.